Welcome, everyone. This is great to be here together virtually. Namaste. This class will be about cultivating a positive attitude. Now we see in the headlines lots of tragedy and sadness, but the good news, although it's more prevalent, is less conspicuous. Whenever we look on the bright side of life, we begin to see the beauty around us in nature, in art, and in one another. Also, when we remind ourselves of our many blessings, it engenders a sense of abundance, which helps brighten the day. We can see glimmers of goodness everywhere we look. A positive attitude will undoubtedly lead to a happier relationship with one another and with ourselves. Yoga can help us engage with life's challenges in a positive way. Hatha Yoga gives us tools of asana and pranayama for strengthening our physical layer and our energetic layer. The yoga meditation attunes us to the more subtle layers of ourselves, the mind, the intellect, and the bliss layers. Once self-awareness and understanding is established in all these layers, the yogi will have a bright, positive attitude that can outshine any doubt or fear they encounter. Now we're going to sit up nice and tall, take some centering breaths, and begin to invoke this spirit of positivity into our practice with optimism and confidence. We'll practice Fearless Heart Mudra. Holding the arms in front, cross the right wrist over the left wrist, the backs of the hands facing each other. Then intertwine the pinky fingers, skip the ring, do the middle and index fingers, and then touch the tip of the thumb to that tip of the ring finger. Bring this to the heart. And this makes a calm connection to our heart's truth, where we can breathe calmly, confidently, without fear or doubt. Inhaling the positivity. We can do this. We have this. We can achieve our goals. And we can help one another achieve their goals too. See the glimmers of goodness everywhere you look. Now, let's begin our asana practice. Prone, laying face down, crocodile pose. Open the feet, stack the forearms, press down through the elbows so there's no collapse in the back of the shoulders, and then tilt the forehead down onto the arms. In this position, your diaphragm is meeting the resistance of the floor. The rib cage is elevated up away from the floor. Inhaling, the diaphragm has to exert pressure against the floor to inflate the lungs. Exhaling, that pressure releases. Now as you exhale, begin to tighten the buttocks and the anal sphincter at the base of the perineum. Then release it on the inhalation, tightening in the anal area as you exhale. This is Ashwini Mudra, the horse mudra. All right, pushing up to kneeling position. We're going to flow back and forth from child's pose to cobra. So when the exhale, push the hips back to the heels. Inhale, lift up to table pose. And then roll the hips forward, down on the exhale, coming through cobra. Reversing on the inhale, cobra up. Table, exhale, child's pose. And continue that flow at your own pace, letting the spine undulate fluidly from the tip of the tailbone to the crown of the head. Keep the pressure through the finger pads firm and steady. Up one last time to table pose. Circle the hips, bringing them around. One revolution per breath. Good, and reverse the circles when you're ready. Free up the neck, the shoulders, loosen up the hips. Then we'll come back to table pose. Lift the right leg. Inhale, extend through the sole of the foot. On the exhale, tuck the knee into the chest, nose down towards the knee, and repeat. Inhale, extend, and exhale, tuck in. Then switch legs, rest the right knee, lift the left leg. Again, keep the pressure and the finger pads strong to release unnecessary pressure in the wrists. Extend on the inhalation and tuck the knee in on the exhale, rounding the back. One more. And we'll sit back to the heels in hero pose. And roll the shoulders back and down. Pull the navel in. Press down through the toenails. Engage the leg muscles, hugging to the midline. You can make your Abhaya Hridaya, Fearless Heart Mudra, as you center with the breath, seeing glimmers of goodness in every part of your practice, in every mundane aspect of your day. There are these glimpses or glimmers of goodness. Now, coming off the heels, lift up, curl the toes under for downward dog, and stretch out the knees. You can walk the knees, move the hips side to side, figure eights, whatever feels good in your body. Modify with hands up on a chair or against the wall. Okay. Then, resting knees down, step the right foot forward to low lunge. Press down through the legs, lift the hands to the front knee. Take a breath, relaxing the shoulders, engaging more in the core, strengthening in the legs. Press down through the legs, then lift the arms. An Anjaneyasana, monkey pose. Inhale to the fingertips, spreading your positive energy to the universe. Exhale, concentrating your strength, power into the core. Now release, bring the hands down. Keep that left hand down, raise the right arm up, and revolve towards the right side. If you want to, you can add more challenge. Lift the back knee up to a straight leg lunge. Now lower down, hand and knee, and begin to straighten this front knee. The right arm is inside the leg. As we come forward, relax on the inhale, soften the knee. And then exhale, squeeze in the tummy and tighten the kneecap, lifting up, lifting that thigh bone up into the hip socket. Create a nice deep crease in that right hip. Lifting the rib cage up and away from the hips so you can lengthen the lower back. Enjoy complete breath. Each exhale, engaging the muscles that you're stretching, hug the muscles to the bone. Now, walk the hands around to the left side, pivot on that left knee, line up with the side edge of the mat. So the left hand is at the back, then raise the right arm, lift it up and over the head. Okay, good. Keep pressing down through that front foot. Squeeze the buttocks a little to push the hips forward into a slight back bend. Now release, bring the hands down, walk the hands forward as you rebend the front knee. Now the right arm inside the right leg. It can be up on a block or it can be elbow on the knee. Lift the left arm and extend it forward over the ear. I'm squeezing my right knee into the midline, meeting the resistance of this right elbow. Now lower both hands, step the right foot back. And you can come back to downward dog or simply switch sides. Step the left foot forward. Right knee down. Building from the foundation with strength and stability, you can gradually expand. Breathe and infuse the pose with this positive can-do attitude. Yes, we've got this. All right, and bringing hands down. Lift the left arm up, revolve towards that side, and if you choose to, curl the back toes under, straighten the back leg, revolved side angle, Parivrtta Parshvakonasana. And release. Bring the left hand down, the right knee down. And now we're going to pivot to the right. Walk the hands around to the side, face the side edge. Lift the left arm and press the hips forward. Coming to this supported side plank. Opening the throat and the chest for a hint of a back bend. Now, release. Walk the hands forward, bend the front knee. So the left arm is inside that front knee. Raise the right arm and stretch it forward over the ear. And modify if you want by bringing that left elbow on top of the knee. But we're going to keep pressing down through both legs. Press down through that back knee as much as the front foot. Now rest, hands down, and step that left foot back. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, and walk forward to the hands. Inhale, roll the back up. Widen the feet to the width of the mat. And lift the arms over the shoulders. Arms wide like a star shining, fingers spreading. Shine your positive energy into the space around you so that everyone can feel that. Inspire others with your positivity so they also can see the goodness in the world around them. Lowering the arms, clasp the hands behind the back, and draw the shoulder blades together, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze. Now squeeze in the buttocks, press down through the feet, and open the chest with standing back bend. Releasing, stand up. Slide the hands down to the knees, folding halfway forward. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift in the back of the neck. And on the exhale, slide the hands down to the shins. And here you may need to walk the knees some, stretching the calves, and or let your hands rest on the floor. Soften the knees as necessary on the inhale. And then try straightening the legs on the exhale. lifting up through the navel as you press down through the feet and hands. And now, bend the knees, rise with the inhale, and clasp the hands over the head, turning the palms face up. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. You're going to crescent to the left side. And then lift up. And crescent to the right side. And lift up. And go back to the first side. Arms to the left. Try lifting the left heel. Add a little bit more stretch in the waist and the hip. And then release. Now to the second side, arms to the right. Try to lift the right heel. And rest and relax the arms down. Now our side stretch done. Going to Fearless Heart Namaskar. Step to the front of the mat. Center for a moment with your breath. Observing the beauty. And on the next inhale, sweep up with the arms. Arch back. And exhale, fold all the way forward. Bend the knees, step the right foot back. And then lower the right knee for Anjaneyasana. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, lower them back down. Now step the left foot back to downward facing dog. Take 3 complete breaths. The next inhale, bring the shoulders forward to high plank. Exhale, lower the knees, the hips, and the chest, rolling down to cobra. Curling up in cobra. Inhale. And then exhale, rest back down. Now push up to table pose. Curl the toes under. And press back to down dog. Look up, step the right foot forward. Lower the left knee down for Anjaneyasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, float the hands down. Inhale, step the left foot forward to meet the right. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, stand up, lift the arms, and exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep back up, arch back, and exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, step the left foot back, then lower the left knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, float the hands slowly back down. Now step the right foot back to downward dog. Take 3 complete breaths. Engaging, pressing through the finger pads, pulsing with the breath. On the next inhale, bring the shoulders forward to high plank. Exhale, lower knees, hips, then chest. Inhale, curl up into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, rest back down. Inhale, push up to table, curl the toes. Exhale, downward dog. Take a complete breath. Look up, step the right foot forward, and lower the left knee. Gonna lift the arms, inhale up, and exhale, arms down. Now step the left foot forward to the front, and fold on the exhale, Uttanasana. Soften the knees, inhale, lift up, arms overhead, and exhale, rest the arms, relax. Please step the right foot back for Warrior One. Square the hips to the front edge of the mat, and roll the shoulders back, pull the navel in. Firm in the hips and legs for stability, and then open the arms, lifting up through the fingertips, integrating the shoulder blades into the back, the navel into the spine. As you exhale, make that deep connection to the heart. Inspiring your practice with this positive energy, the sunshine of the soul. Now bring the arms down and fold forward over this left hip. You can just walk the hands down the leg, or some people clasp in Yoga Mudra behind the back, lifting the knuckles as they fold. Inhale, soften the front knee, and on the exhale, squeeze the muscles. And releasing, step the right foot forward. Fold on the exhale, Uttanasana. Stand on the inhale, Tadasana. Yay! And rest on the exhale. We did it. Left foot stepping back for Warrior One, Virabhadrasana. When the feet are firm, lift the arms. Inhale, expanding this positive energy into the space around you. Exhaling, consolidate and condense that strength into the core of the pelvis. Pulsing with the breath makes the pose more flexible, more adaptable, more resilient. Just as your spirit becomes more resilient, as you keep catching those glimmers of goodness everywhere you look. Now rest the arms and bring them down to the front leg, sliding down into pyramid, Parshvottanasana, or as an option, clasping the hands behind you in Yoga Mudra, lifting the knuckles and folding. Now, as my hands slip apart, I release and step the left foot forward, inhaling to a flat back, and exhaling to deep forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise, lift the arms, greet the day, hooray, and turn to the side. Warrior two, stepping the left foot back, bend the right knee, and look over the right wrist. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, deepening. Keep that resilience, that adaptability, so you can always see the bright side. Now, reversing this warrior, the right palm will lift up, the head tilt back, and the heart expand, lifting the rib cage up away from the hips so there's no pinching in the lower back, but a feeling of spaciousness through the side body. And bring the right hand down, straighten the right knee for triangle pose. So the right hand to the right shin, left arm vertical, and really press down through that right foot so you don't collapse into the right hip, pinching there. Get that spacious feeling even on the underside of the ribs. Inhale, brighten the pose with your positive energy. And exhale, enjoy the strength in your core. Lifting up again to warrior two. Turn the feet. Pivot right toes to the side. Turn the left toes to the back edge. And just bend the left knee for warrior two. Virabhadrasana. So you've looked at your stance, you felt in the soles of your feet, you have a very stable and well-aligned foundation. And from that base, build your pose. Now, reversing warrior, lift the left palm, tilting the head back. It's still pressing down through this back leg so we're not compressing in the lower back. Straighten the left leg for triangle and bring the left hand down to the shin, the right arm up above the shoulder. Inhale, lift the right shoulder up and back, look up. And with the exhale, strengthen in the legs, push down through the front leg so the rib cage isn't pinching down onto the hips, but you have space along the side body. A fullness in the breath. And an openness in the heart to really feel that connection to goodness. Now, bend the knee, lift up, back to warrior two. Now pivot the left toes to also face the side edge of the mat. And now, adjust the feet again. Turn the toes out 45 degrees. Bend the knees. Sink the hips. In goddess pose. Draw the shoulder blades together and into the back. Pull the navel in. Tailbone down. Take one more breath. You've got this. And rest. Straighten the legs and stand. Relaxing the arms. Now, let's try another standing back bend with the hands clasping behind, yoga mudra. Draw the shoulder blades in. Press down through the feet. Lift up in the chest. And keep strengthening the buttocks. Now rest, come up to a straight back. You can maintain that clasp of hands behind the back in yoga mudra as you fold forward, or just release and bring the hands down the thighs and shins, eventually fingertips onto the floor. Relaxing the knees on the inhale, roll the shoulders back away from the ears, and then push down through the feet to straighten the legs as you exhale and draw the belly up. And please walk the left hand forward, cross the right arm underneath to hold the outside of the left leg, and twist, look through the left armpit. Now, on the second side, bring the right hand forward onto the floor, cross the left arm underneath, and hold the outside of the right leg. Widen the elbows, pulling the elbows apart, begin to twist, lifting up through the lower belly. And rest, hands in front, soften the knees, and inhale back up to standing. Straight back. Now, walk up to the front of the mat. And I'm trying to think how we can do this vinyasa. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Step back to downward dog. And take complete breaths, filling the lungs totally on the inhale, and emptying all the air slowly out on the exhale. Next inhale, bring the shoulders forward to high plank. And now just push back again to downward dog on the exhale. Try that again. Inhale to high plank. And exhale to down dog. Last time. Inhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, perfect. Slide the right knee forward for pigeon, so the right knee is behind the right wrist and the right shin is at a diagonal. Walk the left knee back as you lower the hips, but stay engaged in the pelvic floor, the lower abdomen, so you're not falling off to one side, but you can keep that connection to the midline. Folding forward when you're comfortable, maybe to the forearms, or putting the forehead down on the back of the thumbs, wherever your body takes you today, with calm, deep breaths. adding variations for some yogis that want more challenge. Bend the back knee for a thigh stretch. Pulling that left heel up towards the hip. Holding it with the hand or putting it in the crook of the elbow as you bring the opposite hand to meet. In the mermaid pose. Alright. So, nice thigh stretch. And we'll step the right foot back to switch sides. Downward dog, or just stretching the knees. And then sliding the left knee forward for pigeon. Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. Inhale, lift up in the chest, roll the shoulders back. And with the exhale, hug into the core of the pelvis. Strengthen there before coming into a deeper stretch. So you're working the muscles that you're stretching to hold you steady. Take calm, complete breaths. If you wish to add the thigh stretch, you're lifting the chest up, bending the back knee, and pulling that right heel in towards the hip. Releasing our pigeons. We'll just sit to the side and swing the legs forward. Coming to seated pose. Still transmitting? Good. Just like to check. Navasana pose is a balance on the sitting bones and strengthening in the core. You can support with the hands this way, or you can release the hands. Maintain the breath. One more breath. And rest. Feet down, cross the ankles. And roll forward, folding over the shins, tiptoe those fingertips forward, and breathe. Taking long, deep breaths. Walk the fingertips over to the left side. Adding spaciousness along the right side of the waist, the rib cage, intercostal muscle stretching. And we'll switch sides. Walk the hands to the right. Claw with the left fingertips a little, pulling the left shoulder blade down onto the back. To fully stretch that left side of the waist and hip. And lift up again to a straight back. And open the legs to a nice wide ankle. Move the sitting bones back. And then draw the lower back in, either by sitting up on a little height with a folded blanket or bolster, and press the inner thighs down so the toes don't fall back and the back doesn't round and the shoulders collapse. We're going to keep this heart opening so we can spread our positive energy. Breathe in more positivity. You can do this. And exhale, strengthen the legs. Tighten the tummy. And you'll just naturally start to fold forward with a flat back. Inhale with the inner body bright, head of the arm bones lifting up into the shoulders. And on the exhale, snugging the shoulder blades into the back, navel to the spine. You can pulse with each breath, coming up a little on the inhale and deepening down on the exhale until you find your comfortable limit. Anatomically, you don't overstretch or injure the joints. And you can maintain that muscular connection of drawing the thigh bones up into the hip sockets using strength in the quads. And release on the inhale up to a straight back. And tilt to the left side, the left elbow inside the left knee. Raise the right arm, stretch it over the ear. Press down through that left palm to open the right shoulder back. And push down through the sitting bones to lift the rib cage up out of the hips and stretch the spine to the side. Oh, windy out there. And switch sides. When you're ready, bring the right arm inside the right leg. Lift the left arm over the ear. And press down through the sitting bones. Lift up with the rib cage. Lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, deepen. You've got this. You're doing it. You're succeeding. You can rest, lift up to neutral, and then hands under the knees. Lift up the knees so the feet are wide apart. And now a little windshield wiper with the knees, just twisting the knees from side to side for a breath on each side. Okay. Now we're going to recline. Turn this way. Lay back flat on the back. And cross the right ankle over the left knee for a reclining leg cradle. Thread the needle with the right arm threading between the legs. And clasp the hands behind the left thigh. And if you lifted your head and shoulders to see what was happening, that's good. Lower the head and shoulders back down. And on the exhale, draw the left knee towards the chest while strengthening the muscles that you're stretching. The stretch in that outer right hip. And we're keeping the right ankle straight so it doesn't sprain out to the side. And when you feel you've had an adequate stretch in that right hip, we'll switch legs. Putting the right foot down, cross the left ankle over the right knee. And thread the needle with the left arm going between the legs and clasp hands around the right thigh. Lower the head and shoulders. And pulse with the breath, squeezing tighter on the exhale, expanding more on the inhale. Just try and keep the neck neutral. And finally, rest both feet to the floor. Press the feet down, lift the buttocks up, and slide the backs of your hands underneath to sit on. Sitting on the backs of your hands, lift both legs and invert them. Relax the knees, the ankles, the soles of the feet, and the toes, so that you can just experience the energetic feel of this inversion. Getting to know the physical layer of the body, how far we can stretch, the Annamaya Kosha. And now sensing the energy flow in the body. When you're inverted, there's a shift. This is the Pranamaya Kosha, the energetic body layer, sheath. And now rest the feet down, remove the hands, and extend the legs, widen the feet, and lift the arms up overhead and stretch the arms wide, fingers spread, the palms, stretch every little muscle in the hands, wrists and arms, and the shoulders and back, and the hips and the legs, all the large and small muscles, and the ankles and the toes and the feet. One final happy stretch everywhere, including the face and the mouth and the tongue. Sticking the tongue out's good. And then begin to rest and relax the arms and the legs and the face, bringing the arms down by your side for Shavasana. And if you're feeling chilled, put on a blanket or any other clothing, eye pillows, things that you like to stay warm and comfy during Shavasana. Taking this time to yourself now for relaxation. First, making sure you're warm enough. You have enough space around you. There's no distracting items in your way. Don't even need glasses. Taking up all the space you need. And you can finally relax all the muscles in your face, mouth, eyes. And just let go of any tension in the shoulders or neck, and the arms, and the hands, resting, letting go. In the back, feeling the support of the floor, so you don't have to hold yourself now. The floor is supporting you. And your hips are resting, relaxing. And the legs sinking into the floor because you don't have to hold them now. And even the soles of the feet soften, the toes let go. So there's no tension anywhere in the body. Everything is loose and limp. Your mind can begin to see all those glimmers of goodness, all the blessings that you enjoy, that you can laugh and dance and sing And always look on the bright side of life. As is sung by Monty Python, some things in life are bad. They can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the light side of life. If life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the right side of life. For life is quite absurd, and death's the final word. You must always face the curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin. Give the audience a grin. Enjoy it. It's your last chance anyhow. So, always look on the bright side of death. Just before you draw your terminal breath. Life's a piece of shit when you look at it. Life's a laugh and death's a joke, it's true. You'll see it's all a show. Keep 'em laughing as you go. Just remember that the last laugh is on you. And always look on the bright side of life. Now it's time to start to return to the waking world of conscious movement and awareness. Deepen your breath enough to summon the power to move your muscles. And gradually turn, roll to the right. Become more awake, aware, and alert. More positive. We've got this. Come sit back upright. Come back to Hridaya Mudra. Hands at the heart. Connecting to our heart's truth. And seeing the glimmers of goodness everywhere around us. The beauty in nature and art and the good in one another. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your practice. And thank you for your positivity. Namaste.